Dan and Jim. That's a really nice job by those two, and I'll tell you why. The easiest thing in the world that the hometown broadcasters can do is just sit there and lop up the porridge and talk about, Royals are rubbing it in, the Royals and the rules of the game. Dan and Jim didn't do that because they knew. They did what was right there. Rondon acted like a fool. Rondon should be DFA'd. That's a disgrace. That's the low point in an awful season. Guys out there throwing 89-mile-an-hour batting practice. You know what? You think you're too good for this? Great. Why don't we send you home? Oh, wait, we already did that once. He should be DFA'd. And then here's the best part. The hardest pitch he threw all last night was at Moustakas' spine. Get out of here, will you please? This season, I'll tell you one thing. I'm a huge baseball fan. This season can't get over fast enough. I mean, I would pay an ungodly amount to never watch this team again this season. They are a disgrace. $200 million payroll, and they're sitting here 10 games under 500, 8.5 games out of first, and I'm watching them get killed 16-2. And they got a guy on a mound who doesn't want to be there in the most blue-collar town in the world. He's already been sent home once in his career, and then he's going to go, look at this. I'm John Wayne, Guns of Navarone. Look at me. Going to hit a guy in the spine. I mean, get out of here, will you please? Here, you want to cut payroll? Just don't turn the stadium lights on. Don't bother anymore. The amount of nights you waste. Go to Doug, 97.1. What's up?
Hey, Mike. Love the show, brother. I miss Terry. Got to say that. But anyway, you're right. 100% agree with you, Mike. Bush League, Bush. The guy needs to be banned or banished or single A ball.
But see, the Tigers don't operate that way. That's what drives me nuts. I'll tell you right now, Rondon pulls that stuff in a Yankee uniform. He's back down in Columbus or Scranton, PA tonight. He is not there today.
If he's lucky, or Mexican ball, or summer league, or whatever, winter league, whatever. Good for him. But you know what? The other thing, Mike, I think that falls on Asmus. You know, there's no discipline. These guys are getting away with murder. That kind of thing, that crap last night was. How can Asmus let this happen? You know, with no remorse whatsoever.
Well, I'll tell you how it ends up happening. You got a room full of overpriced vets who really aren't going to listen to anybody. I mean, this idea that you're going to go out and you're going to go get Patton to stroll into that locker room and scream and yell and get everybody laser focused, not going to happen. These vets have never been through this before. Things have fallen apart. The walls are caving in around them. You see it with the base running errors, the terrible at-bats, all of it. What's Ausmus going to do? Well, you think those players, really respect him or something? What do you think this is exactly? You could drop Joe Torre in here tomorrow. It'll look just as bad. These players aren't going to listen to nobody. They know it's over. It's done. So, yeah, Ausmus is terrible. I know that. But this thing is so far beyond Ausmus, it doesn't matter. By the way, +1 to you for calling him Asmus. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but whatever, it's Ausmus. No, I mean, the base running errors has been something we've seen for a couple of years. You know, the other night with the getting doubled off and running yourself out of an inning. I mean, it's amateur hour. The whole operation's amateur hour right now. Let's go to Mark, 97.1. What's up, Mark?
Hi, Mike. Listen, you've already made all the points, but I was going to agree with you 100%. What I saw, I'm a high school baseball coach forever, and what I saw last night was disgusting. And the base running mistake by Iglesias was incredible, and like you said, it all boils down to the entire organization. Why do they put up with this stuff all the time? Rondon should have been gone when they sent him home back in April, whenever they sent him home. So it's a comedy of errors, and you look at him, and there's no life out there. You look at Mickey, and you look at his face. The look on his face is incredible. And when he threw the bat down the other night,
yep,
he doesn't do that.
No, I mean, Mark, honestly, I mean, he's awful. I'm at the point where it's hard because I sit here and I talk to you guys, and it's like, look, he's making $50,000 in at bat. I can't sit here and cue Ave Maria up and shed a tear. But you know what, Mark? At some point, I'm almost like, why don't we just DL him? Yeah, I mean, just really sit him down. It's ridiculous. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, you got Brad out there going, well, Miggy doesn't see the trainer, but maybe he's keeping it to himself. How about this? I'm not playing you anymore. You got 2 extra base hits like all summer. We're done here. I mean, I can't look at this.
Well, it's amazing they even put VMart out there. I mean, just shocking.
That's another
what
one.
He's done.
No, I know.
It's awful.
That's another one.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, at least you have the option of turning it off, and I hope you enjoy your summer nights and pour one out for Mikey as I sit there and watch this absolute disaster. I told you, my dogs won't even look at the television. They just point their asses right at the TV. They won't even watch Tigers. Any other sport, a movie, please. Hey, Goodfellas was on last night. Dogs will spin right around for that. Tigers come back on. That's right. Yeah, booty hole theater, turning it right around. Little Otis put his head right in the cushion. He didn't want nothing to do with it.
It's bad when that happens, too.
It is. Football season, those 2 dogs watch every snap of the Lions. They're fascinated by the grass. There's something that happens. I don't know what it is. Tigers, they cannot be bothered. And then I look over at both of them, and I go, wow, they got the right idea. Point their ass right at the TV and just stare at the wall. It's better than watching this stuff. I mean, Iglesias running himself into the 3rd out of the inning. I'm going, this is outer space. I mean, come on. It's almost like I forget it.
Is it outer space, though? It's par for the course of how this season's gone. Kind of sums up the whole year.
Last night was the low point.
Yeah.
Rondon represented the low. Do you know how bad you got to be the low point of this?
Sure.
This is honestly, it's the equivalent of being the guy on the Titanic who says, I'm the biggest problem tonight. Not the iceberg. Not the fact we don't have enough lifeboats. Not the fact we don't have enough life vests. Not the fact that creepy guy from the movie pushed a woman out of the way to get on the boat. I'm the problem. That's what you have to do to be the biggest problem of this season for the Tigers. And that's Rondon wearing a little captain's hat. Congratulations. Let's go to Dennis, 97.1. What's up, Dennis?
Mike, I love your brutal honesty. You're killing me. Hey, I just wanted to comment on Rondon being such a puss out there on the mound.
Whoa,
you know what?
Whoa.
He put his teammate Romine out there and had him have to worry about an injury. The guy's not even a pitcher. He's a utility player. He left his teammates shorthanded.
Oh, I mean, and Dennis, you're right. But that's the whole point. Earlier we had a couple of guys call in trying to defend Rondon and talk about toughness. It is not a tough thing to do to throw a baseball at somebody you can kill them with, and you're not going to have any repercussion. Throwing at guys isn't toughness. Toughness is standing in that batter's box knowing this maniac on the mound is trying to kill me. But you get back in the box. What Rondon did last night was anything but toughness. And by the way, you lose the right to talk about toughness when he went on the field, he didn't try. I don't know how much money Rondon made last night. I obviously, like Miggy, we know he makes about $50,000 in at bat. Rondon, he clearly doesn't make that kind of money. But whatever he made last night, they ought to dock his pay. He should get 0. And frankly, he should be DFA'd. There has to be a level of pride in wearing that jersey. There has to be. And I'm not trying to be a baseball snob about it, but this is not the San Diego Padres. This is not the Tampa Bay Rays. It's not the Miami Marlins. It's the Detroit Tigers. There has to be a pride in putting the jersey on, even at the low point. And I think this organization's doing themselves a disservice by keeping this guy around. He should be he should be released. That's an embarrassment. 248-539-9797. We'll get more of your calls, more to ticket text, and